Do you know how to cheat at cards? Of course I do. So we're going to play poker with 4 spectators. If you don't have 4 spectators, you can just do this as a demonstration like I'm doing here. We're going to do a few rounds, and there are going to be more and more choices as we go. But just off the bat here, let's see what's happening. We got nothing there, really. Also nothing. Got a pair of 7s here. Okay. And nothing much going there. So it's Mr. Pair of 7s. Good job, Rain Man. I just happen to have this full house of 8s and 3s. Oh, lucky me. How did I win that? Well, I'm dealing, and it's my game. So let's do this again. We'll do one of these super fancy Vegas shuffles like you see in the casinos this time. And we'll try this again. But remember I said there were going to be choices as we went along. This is going to be an example of that. Every spectator is going to have a choice. And that's what this die is here for. I'm going to use this to simulate the choices of the spectator. And the first one here is just a simple binary proposition here. I just look at this guy and I say, sir, would you like to trade your hand for mine? It's a yes or no question. We're going to call the even numbers yes. He says yes. He wants to trade with me. Fair enough. And I just go down the line, sir. How about here? Would you like to trade? No, he wants to keep his cards. How about this guy here? He does want to trade. And finally down here, also wants to trade. Now, the only reason I go through this is to preclude the possibility that I might be stacking the deck or that I always deal myself the best cards or what have you. But it's just an exercise in psychology, basically, because you can see here that we got 3 4s here, nothing there, 3 9s, and nothing much there. The point is, none of them beats my kings and 7s over here. Okay, so let's do it this way. I'll take it down to just 10 cards, and I'll play only one guy. Sir, how about it? 1-on-1, mano y mano, as the saying goes. And this is going to be just one choice after another. I say, sir, would you like this card or this card? Let's say odd or even. He says even. Keep going. Would you like odd or even? Even again. Even again. Even again. Okay, last pair. There's an odd, okay. Now you got to admit that seems pretty fair because, I mean, I basically let the guy choose every single card in his hand. But it doesn't matter because he's got a pair of 7s. I, on the other hand, have this 4s and kings. Now we'll do this one last time with the same guy. So we'll try it again. We'll try a slightly different game this time. This is going to be stud poker. What is stud poker, you might ask? Well, that's where we each get one face-down card. That's called a hole card. The rest of the cards are dealt stud fashion, like that. That's called stud dealing. You're all going to be face up. Now, at this point, I also asked the guy, would you like to trade your card for my card? I'm just going to go with the obvious answers. He probably wants the higher of the two. We'll do it again. Sir, would you like to trade again? Obviously, he wants to keep his pair of 7s. Would you like to trade your king for my 4? Of course not. He doesn't want to give me a pair of kings, even though I have a pair of 4s. 4 there and a king there. Would you like to swap with me now? Well, if he does that, he's going to be giving me trip 4s, so he probably doesn't want to do that. At this point, I will say, well, sir, I'll go even further. You can trade any one of your face-up cards for any one of my face-up cards, and he is all over that. Give me the kings, and you can have the 4s. So he's got to be feeling pretty good about that. But he might still be a little nervous about these hole cards. So I say to him, sir, well, listen, you're not allowed to look at the hole cards, but if you want, you can trade with me. Would you like to do that? Yes or no? He says no. He wants to keep his hole card. Now we come to the end, And this is the acid test of fairness. I say to him, sir, if you want, you can trade your entire hand for my hand. Would you like to do that? Yes or no? Nah, let's do another one. He says no. Guys, come on. What more do you want from a poker deal? Seriously. Because I gave him the chance. He kept his pair of kings. He gave me 4s and 7s. Because it's my game. And that's all she wrote.